Hello everyone. Welcome to the Champions League quarterfinals for the Classics. It's the opening event and it's the opening round of the second edition of the Champions League, albeit a newly worked one. We are here in Group C, streaming on the PCM Italia YouTube channel, Twitch channel, and yeah, let's go.
Greetings, Joe Whiteley.
Hello, Sean.
Greetings, Joe.
Hello. So then,
Hello, we are live.
Group C. Here we go for the Classics quarterfinals.
Yes, we were to discuss
Opening event.
in the preview who would you think could be the biggest underdog in this group, biggest upset story.
With it being Classics, I actually have no clue. I genuinely think anyone could pass in this group realistically if things go their way, because as I think most people would agree with me, Classics is fairly based on riding your luck, but it's also about skill, like anything in life. But
I mean, yeah, like
I think
anything in
if you
life,
put
and
luck
they
on
have
your side, you can
PCM.
definitely make a big difference.
But there's a big random element, would you agree?
I'd say so, but then you could also limit that randomness by playing well. So I
That's
guess
true.
it works in both ways. Just
So,
waiting for the start here. And here we go. And Amaya has crashed. Lol.
naturally. So, we have our group live. We will be updating the stand as stages.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Also, Amaya, I won't be able to see your Discord messages as quickly, so probably best to just message in the chat whenever you rejoin.
Do multiplayer and ping me if you need something in there. I don't know. Okay, we start with the first attack on the race by Davi. He is taking his puncher with him. Joe is also here with his two sprinters. And Carlos and Manfred are also here. And the Kappa is closing in. 77 sprinter. 77 Colonel Island sprinter. Right now the early break is started. Expect Joe to also do a move very soon. I'll surprise if he didn't.
And there he goes.
Here we are at the start in Harelbeke for a classic worthy of a mini tour of Flanders. There are 215 kilometers on the menu, with a finish back here. But there are 17 hills to climb, some with cobblestones, so it won't be a piece of cake. The biggest challenges come just before the 200-kilometer mark with a Paterberg and its maximum gradient of almost 20%, followed by the dreaded Udo Quarmont, whose summit lies 28 kilometers from the finishing line.
And versus Joe White, he's taking his fourth man in the group. Constant interesting situations. All is left to run in the belt, but will be divided between E1 and E2.
There's a rider trying to break away from the bunch.
Phoenix, KDB, and Stino, welcome for. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the stream. I see you're supporting Stein today, Nikki. Good luck to him and to all of those participating. E1 is finally formed, which is our merge, and Paul Pat has yet to. So, would you say that the fact that Paul Pat has joined the break and will come to haunt him in the long term?
Potentially, although he's going to the breakaway now.
Attack from a rider.
As we speak.
Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
Emma says you can only hear me, so I assume that's because you weren't talking the last few minutes.
Yeah, that will probably happen with me. Just
that's
concentrating.
That's
He broke from the pack like a greyhound.
because we also have to focus on the race. A lot of people that is just trying to take the rest of their teams along with Paul to join the now for peloton in front, or the new for peloton. Might be an ungrateful mission, as it will come at spending a lot of energy. If there is a good understanding in the front right now, there is one only between Joe and Carlos. Also, I would like to remind everyone that Group B of the Champions League will start 1 hour later, so 52 minutes. Those that want to catch the live stream, all the links are on the Discord. So, to take another D, there's only 7-man breakaway, so it's your head.
This year, some sections have seen their cobblestones refurbished, but I can assure you that it doesn't mean renewed. They still remain a significant difficulty. It's a puncture!
Indeed, as far as I know at least, this is the first puncture of the Champions League this edition. So, right now, 77 and 72 guys from Derby. Paul continues to try and take his team, but everyone else following him, obviously.
Puncture! The rider will have to burn some energy to get back into the pack.
And there goes Stanner. Stanner trying to bridge the gap to the front. That was surprising. Naturally.
A rider's agility is far more important than when it's dry.
Great. Derby trying to do the same. Who is it? There are changes. Uneventful race so far. As Derby and Edinburgh are close. Continue behind.
the list of those left behind goes on rising.
So, Joe Whiteley, it's going to be a hard race for Paul, I would say, this one.
Yeah.
He's expended a lot of it trying to get package to do. Trying to attack, facing again. Meanwhile, for some reason, I guess the head is right. Should have done. Guess. Everyone is back together. I don't think there was enough understanding until there some arguments in the chat about relay, but Paul finally comes back. Everyone is back together. Up. Meanwhile, the D has a coach.
Some riders try to use the verge to avoid the cobbles, but it's at the risk of getting a flat tire.
Divided from the
We're halfway to the finish line. The team leaders should be coming more and more to the fore. He's off on his own. The team sponsor won't be disappointed.
Interesting.
Oh, I was putting my eyes on the other streams. Interestingly, by Jared. He did his 77 cost value, did the sprinter, and his puncher.
He's trying to take them on by himself.
Followed by I think a sprinter. Interesting. As well.
A courageous rider is looking to break away.
Paul takes his entire team on what's left of the level. So, Joe, has the race been going according to your expectations as of yet?
A
Yeah,
rider is taking his chance alone?
Expected, but I mean, I could have done a little bit better by having 6 guys instead of 5, but it is what it is.
Seems that there has been a real lack of coordination when there's actual breaks. No one really committing to work.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why Steiner's put through res in the breakaway and now he's chasing it down.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we all know that these things can sometimes become a bit messy. Here we have Chai stalled with his 3 men ahead. And for kilometers of climb. Not a very steep hill. Chasing his own brake, it's Jai's in the brake job.
No, that was somehow the message.
Those
Oh.
guys up front aren't going to be
Oh
making
yeah,
too
we
many
were
friends
talking about
today.
earlier. I stand corrected. There's been a lot of push and shoving in this race, so to speak, with constant ads within the end, but zero understanding. I think we'll get a bit more action in a few kilometers. So it's having inclination and public. Now doing a quick count, I believe that 6 man for Barrios, I think 5 for Joe, 5 for Paul.
We're into the last third of the
Very
race.
hard
We'll
to
soon know the
forward.
final outcome.
All the workers right now.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
Davi 6. Time moving at 5 to 3. Oh. Interesting riders left behind, 2 of them. And,
I see a rider with a flat tire. It's happened at a very bad
another
time.
puncture to a 77 cobble rider. Not the most fortunate situation for Jais. A lot of fights for position.
Over the cobbled sections, a rider has to up his awareness to avoid falling, and those that are on their last legs don't have the necessary physical resources to do so.
Time was trying to put a little bit of pace, try to get a good position.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
Not a very aesthetically pleasing race right now, which will be with that, Joe.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy, I guess.
Yeah.
Only a few riders are capable of following the very
4%.
fast pace up front.
So temporarily in the front. Time
Temporarily
to
being the keyword.
Yes. Was expected.
Yeah.
Not a particular defined race at this point. See if anyone will make a bold move. Try to find a decent start. Some doing better at that than others. That continues to suffer here in difficult, which means it's most likely spending a lot of energy to try and get back in immediately. Depending on what happens for the high pace. So, Joe, I know you're not going to give us your strategy, naturally, but I assume you have some plan for the rest of
This
this
climb
race?
features some dreadful
I have a
percentages.
plan. It's whether I can actually execute it or not.
So, do expect movement at some point, not just from
The riders really have to be
The-
vigilant on this cobbled
the final
section.
cobble
The
section
vibrations
will be
really take it out of you.
I
good
mean,
place.
yeah,
It's
I
an
mean,
action.
I've crashed. I thought I crashed then.
Decisive to move.
I think I keep crashing, but like not crashing. It's weird.
Quarmont, are you there? Or
I, I believe so, but I'm not really sure what's going on.
it's like the last symptoms that you had a long stage or something?
No, I have the right stage and everything. It's just I don't really know what was going on.
Is it better?
Yeah, it was like I was about. It was like I was crashed, basically.
Another flat tire.
Obviously, I wasn't crashed.
And there we go.
A
Joe White
rider is looking to give the pack the
as
slip.
expected, followed immediately by Carlos. 7 wants to get them naturally. Everyone facing God. Theodore now waiting for the final difficulty of the race, which I expect at this point will be decided in a group sprint. Here is Paul Fagg, isolated, and I do not expect him to return at all.
The
But
riders
if he
are in a
does,
portion
probably
above
not.
10%.
So, everyone's trying to together. No one wants to give an inch. 20 people here right. Tim Wallens, 74 kilometers from Stein. Get
A
back.
rider just launched an attack.
Another attack. Aquarius this time. Good answers. Pick up some room. And he's gonna take it.
Look out, he's breaking away.
Now Stein finally responded. Joe Whiteley going as well with Standard, Swift, and Cummings. Cummings desperately trying to follow Clarice's wheel. Kilometers to go. Everything undecided
We've
yet.
got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Yeah. Paul Ted, as I expected, will not make it back. Last place from this stage already decided. I believe 2 riders for each team count, is that correct, Joe?
Huh?
2 riders for team or best rider for team?
Best rider.
Colbrelli goes onto the attack.
Arias was 4-man, Joe retreat, Joe
Only 10 kilometers left.
and then cut. Avi has 3, Shai.
Yeah, it's not GGMA. Carlos has a sprinter as well.
Yeah, it's not decided. I don't think it's decided at all. Carlos also has his 77 sprinter here. There goes Stein attacking with Van Kuyt.
And he moves on to the attack. It could be decisive.
Warriors in the chase.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
Oh no, you are not. We are putting GG to 1 because he is predicting Joe to win. But Joe is not the only one with a sprinter. Right on the
I
race.
think I've crashed. I've crashed. I think I've crashed.
And the final sprint is off.
No,
Who's going to be
no,
the
no,
first
no.
to the line
Have I
today?
crashed?
I don't know, you're launching the sprint on my screen.
Oh, I think. No, I think I'm fine.
With Van Swift, it's for Joe
I don't
Whiteley.
know. I don't even know.
A victory that
It's
went
Van
I don't
Swift.
even know
down
who's
to
won.
the
Who's won?
wire.
Van
Has he
Swift.
won?
Wow, he handled his
yeah.
race
Van
well.
Swift won.
Yes.
GG
I couldn't
Whiteley.
see. My game lagged. Like, mate,
Joe
everyone
Whiteley
was going backwards.
We're
takes
waiting
the
for the
win.
back markers who appear to be
British Joe
fairly
Whiteley
numerous
takes
in this difficult
the
race.
win of the stage. Second place is the Portuguese Edeka Padilha.
My
Carlos.
race going backwards.
Oof, that was a rough one for you, Joe. I mean, there was quite a lot of lag for you not to see the winner racing. And there goes Paul doing top 20. Very unfortunate race for Paul. Luck was not on his side. His strategies were not also the more fortunate ones. Joe, congratulations on your win. First of all, would you like to do a analysis of the race while we wait for the next stage?
Well, we've to analyze the sprint, but since my rides were going backwards, I can't really give you analysis because I didn't even see it.
Oh, you can right now check on my stream if you want to, because there's going to be a replay very soon.
I honestly think my PC is just.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
dead
Robert.
to
Then I'm going to pretty much
I'll
guide
have a look
you.
on my phone actually.
Oh yes.
I'll have a look on my phone because my phone isn't obviously.
Okay. Try to guide us through what you see, because despite your lag, you still managed to launch it very well. You're waiting on all the riders to finish. Carlos asking you if you want to host the second one, Joe.
Yeah.
That's it. So, viewers, if you just tuned in, Joe Whiteley has taken the win on the first race
Now
of
for the race
evening.
highlights.
Here it is, final sprint. Very, very hard fought, very close. Could have been anyone's, but Joe just had a great timing. Edeka Carlos.
Quick, go to the toilet.
Cheers. Edeka and Carlos desperate and very close. Okay, here we have a better image. See, right there, perfect launch timing. It seemed like Aquarius and EDK could actually still get there, but it was already too late. It was a hard-fought sprint, but a great timing in the launch for Joe Whiteley, as expected, gives him the win. So we move for the results. Joe first, Portuguese Eda Capador second, Aquarius third, Nacho fourth, Doggy fifth, Einstein sixth, I believe, Paul -7, and Paul 8, somewhere here he is. So taking a screenshot of that. And we move on. Okay. Okay, so for our lobby. Do not have the updated scores yet, so change. Yes, so we go. Official Champions League background while we wait for. So we'll be returning with Joe Whiteley and stay tuned for the second race. I think this one does not need an introduction. I think everyone watching here has done this race this year so many times before, so many variants. This one is definitely action packed. So please join us. We will return for stage race 2 of the class.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Joe, you're here. Okay, we are back. Stage 2 will resume shortly. And our lobby reopened. We're watching UCI Champions League. This will be the second race of classics for the day. If you have just tuned in, Joe Whiteley took the first win of the day, followed by Portuguese Eda Capadeus and Aquarius from Spain. So, UK, Portugal, and Spain taking the podium for the first race, as we are about to start the second. I believe, yes, Nacho is complaining about his pain. Joe Whiteley, are you back? Still do not have contact with Joe Whiteley.
Bro, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back.
Alright, here is our man on the field, Joe Whiteley. Joe, as we have about... Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Joe?
Sean.
Can you hear me?
Wait,
Hello?
can I hear you now? Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, alright.
It was my settings, not yours.
Alright, cheers. So, one win in the bag unless something disastrous happens.
Don't say it.
I was just gonna say you can play it a little bit more safer. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna jinx it.
Because I do not have a clue how to play this. I mean, I do, but then I don't.
This is a fun race. It's always a fun race. I mean, let's return to Group C. I think I'm ready to talk about the standings right now. I'll update them in a bit. Verbally at least. I believe we have Joe Whiteley with 100 points if the scale is correct. We have Eda Capadeus with 70, Aquarius with 50.
Remember, if people have double positions, the points are vacated as well.
Yes. Argentina was Nacho, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So he has 35, Davi has 25, Stein has 10. Don't know who Colombia was. Jais. Yes. Jais has 5. Paul Pet has 0, so everything's still out in the open about who passes. These are 2 or 3 stages, Joe?
2 stages.
2 stages, so this will be the deciding race.
Hello and welcome. It's an undulating route, so it will be a tactical race. Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
Now, well, Emma is playing with full, streaming with full graphics in the Twisted. But why do you insist on this, Emma? You know that it will just make PCM load for longer, causing multiplications. Second race has started. Check it.
Well, mate, I think I have a 2008 PC, so
Yeah, and which is pretty much.
I mean, you can probably tell by my reaction of last 2 kilometers of last stage.
Yes, I think that would be pretty much as playing with, I don't know, 250 or 512 maybe megabytes video card.
Mm-hmm.
Am I far from the truth here? No, probably not.
Well, I'm not good with PC stuff, but I think the only graphics that I have is from the motherboard itself.
Oh,
Attack!
if that's
It's now or
integrated, it's
never for
even
those
worse.
riders who
yeah.
want to
For the
avoid a battle over
2008
the last few
PC,
kilometers.
I
it's
don't
an
have a
integrated.
single graphics card, so
Oof, that is terrible. Yeah, especially in 2008, you said PC.
Ryan
no, it's
Mullen is off.
been upgraded loads, but
Yeah, but still, playing on an integrated. Well, Pro Cycling Manager is a game that, if the processor is decent enough, you can actually pull it off as you will. My PC is more recent, so I would actually pull it off
courageous
if I
rider is
wanted to
looking to
use
break
my
away.
integrated card. I need to risk it. So we have Jai's attacking. 77 Sprinter at 80 miles an hour. All Pat following with his 77 Sprinter, his time trialist, and his
Attack from a rider.
bold move. Aquarius also the 80 Mountain Man, the youth rider as we call it. I don't know if it is the case in the TV. The one calls.
now the 81 Cobbles guy is a surprise. Big surprise for me personally.
I think so as well.
Like, I don't understand if the flat pad was more than like
A rider
60k,
is looking to give the pack the slip.
but when you've got a 13k climb,
Yeah, because he has good flat, he has good hills. That's just it. Too low of a mountain to actually. It should be interesting to see his contribution for the race. I mean, for the initial part of the breakaway, probably his main goal would be to help the people in the break in those first kilometers before the first climb. So we have Nacho, we have Giles, we have Helicopter, Davi, Paul Pat, and Joe Whiteley as well as Davi. I think only Stein does not have anyone in the breakaway. Is this correct, Joe? Yes, it is.
I believe so.
Yes, it is.
Although Giles only has 2 guys in the breakaway as well.
Yes, my mom. I'm sorry, I just saw your message now. Indeed, I am. I'm just streaming.
He broke
I'm
from
as
the
a
pack like a
streamer, and
greyhound.
I'm calling the action along with Joe, which is a very hard thing because he's focused on the
He's trying
race,
to
so
give
it's
his
pretty
pals
much
the
like
slip.
talking to a wall at some times. But thank you for joining. Thank you for watching, Milo. Do I get it? I mean, if I focused a bit more on racing when I'm streaming and racing at the same time,
There's a rider
I
trying to
would
break
fuck
away
up
from
as
the
much
bunch.
as I do in some races. Guys trying to go again, and a couple following him. Pompet this time trying to be in the center of the action, goes behind him, and everyone else face their way all the remaining. That will soon merge. That will be Edekapa and Jai. Second. Joe, my mom says hello to you as well. Joe is obviously focused on playing. He's a
Hello,
participant.
Myron. Hello.
Hello. He says, Joe. Yeah, I assume you would. Yeah, same, my mom.
He's off on
It's
his
terrible
own.
for
The team
me
sponsor won't be disappointed.
at this time because, as some or most of the people that have played against me know, I'm the most easily distractible person. It's never a good combination when I'm just talking, no voice chatter or streaming both. But thank you for coming in. I appreciate your visit, and We have fun in the minutes.
We do indeed. Appreciate
You
it. As we
It's
say,
survival of the fittest,
Joyce
and
goes
evolution doesn't
flat
seem to
out with
favor
his
those
two
in the
riders
rear.
about
There's a
him
growing
having
list of riders left behind.
a big decision making behind that is, but
Yeah, I was gonna talk a bit about that for the climb. So, but I think you already answered my question. You don't
he's got two
have
riders
to.
in every group. I mean, now he's going to have 4 riders in the main peloton, but before he had 2 riders in every group, and he really wasn't sure why.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you could find any logic behind that decision.
Unless he just assumed the breakaway was too big, so he just attacked hoping someone would follow, which they have.
Which they have.
I mean, I could see the value in this now being 2 minutes ahead. You know, he's 80 mountain guy's not going to have to use as much energy. I mean, if he DK, he can probably get his 70. If he really wanted to, he could really push on this climb and make everyone else's 72 drop, whilst he keeps him out front, because he's currently got 2 minutes advantage.
I mean, would you say that putting the puncher there would have been a better decision for them?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know if people would be a little bit too scared of the punch being low, so.
That is true. I don't. Yes, Milo. Definitely the second most destructive in the world because I am the first. I have been noticeably famous for dropping out of the peloton so many times out of simple distractions that it has become tradition at this point.
A rider just launched an attack.
Sad story, but true. So we have Joe Whiteley, Paul Patts, in 2. The peloton isn't probably going to get that much room, I assume. Big coordination, everyone setting their own tempo independently. So let's see. Joe Whiteley takes his youth or 72 mountain guy is called, and George, and his 77 top guy. That doesn't sit before with Juma. Which, like I said, is a very bold decision. Yes, Abu Penn. Oh, in my defense, it's extremely easy to have the when you distract as easy as me. If you're trying to micromanage all your riders in different groups, it can be very easy to screw up if you distract easily like I do. So, you have a stalemate here, but the difference is not different. Average 30 seconds between the peloton and E2. Still around 145 for E2 and E1. It's a good opportunity for El Capo to take his 72 a bit further than everyone else and not spend so much energy with his 80 mountain guy. So, Joe, would you say that you sent your to manage the break a little bit too late?
Yes and no.
You think they'll be able to survive the rest of this fight?
No, I think I gained with Gig and Hart.
Yeah. Actually, true. I look at how things are developing in the public. Position by be aware of it. The not uncommon at all double trade for the. Don't really know what Paul's doing with his team. Davi now trying to set up a little bit more tempo to catch B1. The bridge there is done.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
This is what I like to call playing in user's edge, which is always a very good tactic for the energy saving, as you can see here. Because it will compensate part of saving energy, managing energy. But in some lobbies with different players, that can cause some issues. So, pay attention to what you're doing, right? We have Jai's trying to assist once again.
Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind!
Thought he will have none of it and puts his best downhill guy closing that, which obviously will make it very quickly, as Joyce was descending in the 65 downhill, 65 downhill now. So, Joe, there isn't much tolerance for breaks at this point. What's your thoughts?
I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been, let's say, interesting how this group has been played out. A bit messy, a bit weird.
Mm.
I think that mostly there's a lot of people here trying to make different things happen. To who takes their word to. Lady Valizio will be a 22 kilometers climb. It is not fixed at all.
No.
Is average is 5.4, maximum 6.7.
He's just pulled up on the verge.
My riders are doing a binging also right now. See ya, Myron, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. And I'll be there to check whatever it is we're doing Monday, I think. Cheap plug for my own stream here. I think it's Mondays and Wednesdays, if I recall correctly. Because I have such a good memory that I don't even recall that for sure. Or days and with the occasional Saturday or Sunday stream. He also says good luck to you, Joe.
Thank you, Mara. And enjoy your evening. A little bit more peaceful evening.
Yeah.
I hope.
And playing PCM would be a very I wouldn't say stressful, but it gets some tension going.
He's going to take them on by himself.
Arius finally doing an attack, so that we have actually just something to actually report. Because the race was becoming a bit stale, to be honest. Again, he's going with the 81 couples guy. He takes the 72 mountain guy and the 18. So I think these are the exact same men from the last time we tried.
Acceleration by Palucci.
The 77 sprinter, the 18 mountain guy, and the 72 mountain. And Jazz, I believe, is taking the initiative to control the race. To attack right now, yeah.
That's really a punchy
So
attack.
the same guy. 18 mountain and so I think so. Oh, let's see. We have something here that hasn't just either. We have already so now that will be 11 kilometers. It's not steep per se, but it has 11 kilometers, so that makes some attempts happen. So, get it this way. Some interesting places to dress. So to Galviati, it's only 2 kilometers. While you're still with his 81 cobbles guy. I was gonna say he's ahead, but now it's the 72.
Simon Yates goes into the attack.
And here goes Joe Whiteley finally joining the party with Simon Yates.
A rider is taking his chance alone.
And that's Swift. And Gerwin Hart.
They were all meant to go at the same time, but obviously, yeah, PCM favors.
Yes, and computer things as well, I assume.
Actually, not the computer. Surprisingly.
Yeah, because when I saw you leaving just with one guy, I was a bit surprised. Plays 3 men on the break. Meanwhile, we continue with Davio, Marius, and Jive, the only one with 2 riders to break, as the other 2 have 3.
We're halfway to the finish line. The team leaders should
Joe
be coming
has
more
1
and more
minute
to the fore.
close, preferably before the next decline, which is Comariso 9. Bye, Memo. I know that you are replying to our farewells and you're probably not here, but thank you for watching. Curious to see how long will Garcia last in the sprint. Aquarius is 81 Cobbles man that we found an interesting choice.
Paying dividends.
Yeah, right now, yes, I would say so. And we
Look
have
out, he's
Joe
breaking away.
safe in U1 finally. But definitely in this case. Paul Pat doing a team attack. So pretty much doing pulpet things if you've played with him before. I guess someone needs to do the George suffering whenever I love it. Hi George, if you're watching. So, next climb begins. Would you call this just, for everyone that has the Ritty Rider here, would you just call it a move to make him last a bit more, to not waste as much energy?
It was in my case, yeah, although I did it a little bit
Late.
Yes.
Yes, I would agree with that actually, indeed.
And yeah, apologies Aquarius for making you drop that. I was looking impelled.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
Bit of... I don't even know what to call it by now. Oh, finally, Edekapa puts the pace a little bit more. They were controlling, but not very, not in a very pronunciated way. But as the climb starts, go further. See a bit more. Yeah, pole has been reached. Some domestics here following. The 77 sprinter, and finally Garcia from Aquarius, the 81 combo man that paid some dividends indeed, is dead. So everyone now with 2 men, Jai's only with Kane and Tottenham. That might cost him a little bit, but he also had help longer than, for example, Joe that came a little bit late on the break. Let's see in the end how that works out for them. Peloton is just moving at its own pace. Now that we're going a little bit to the front. Go whiter as well. Takes coming through. Is it gonna go? Yeah, they're putting in their own pace. And a couple following with 4 man. Party's trying to join as well. Trying to open the gap. And there it is. Joe Whiteley is in a rush to make it to E1 and join his groups to save energy for his main man. Because they're at the center belt.
Now the guys up front are asking serious questions of the riders in the rear as more of them are left in the wake.
Just
important for David's pace here because there is Nacho behind who came.
Wait, let me check the
Came fourth,
results.
I think.
Yes, he came fourth. He has 35 points, so he's a direct rival in the classification for Carlos. I was gonna say that pacing would be needed to make the move work anyway, but now even more. There it is, Nacho. Paul Pat. I know that Nacho takes some of the work, which is a smart move, as Nacho needs to close that gap. It's in his best interest.
Dropped.
Oof.
Might be big F for him.
Big F indeed. It is a shame because I don't remember. Let me check my notes to see how he did in the first race. He did 7, so yeah, he definitely needs to be with, there we go. He definitely needs to be in front group to get some chances of probably to go through. and they are about to close it. Well,
This is the last third of the race. The team leaders have their minds fixed on today's goal.
the Milano is still and Milano wins. I wish you guys had found a bit less confusing jerseys between Stein and Jais because
Yeah.
all the USC sometimes will to some instance inevitably. So I apologize to the viewers for that.
The Deceuninck Quick Step Belgian NC jersey is probably the best Belgian one.
Yeah.
For spotting the difference.
Indeed. So, and then there were 34. We have a big back again. Sorry. Paso del Gizalo, I think that's how it's spelled, in 500 meters, which means just about. And because something never Tana and Milano by Jais yet again trying to change to escape the loop. Jais himself basically with his remaining men to try and bridge that gap and leave the main loop.
I think if you're not working for Puncher, you're strange. Not strange, but
Yeah, it's the best.
if you've managed to get your Puncher over the two hardest parts of the day,
It's the actual Whitmore guarantee. Really.
now the terrain from now on favours the Puncher rather than the climber. So,
Indeed.
You see
I
that?
think
You
Jais
can
will
read the
definitely
pain
one of
on the
those that
faces
saves
at the back of the
I think
peloton.
a lot
There's a
of people
growing
still
number
has
of
it. I
riders
don't know.
left
No one actually
behind.
lost.
I mean, I've lost mine at the moment, but
Yeah, but I expect you to return and pretty much everyone has his puncher and mobile pad.
yep, he has James Owen.
Yes. Stop being thirsty. My riders who do not participate in this race. So, some predictions, Joe. You think a group sprint between some of the favorites can happen here?
Yeah, I think maybe you might have the odd team with three riders, on going on to that flat section. But I think everyone's gonna have their climbing puncher, or at least most people are gonna have climbing. And
I was playing, I believe it was actually at stage with some guys from the NCL 506. There was Messi, there was Time, Pete, and Barra. There were 5 of them. Cheap plug to the NCL, great community with fun tournaments. And I actually sprinted with my 83 mountain guy against a couple of punchers, I believe, and did second. So there is always a chance for an 83 mountain guy to surprise in that sprint. Would
There's
you
a
agree with that?
breakaway in the leading group.
with the which guy? 83?
Oh, I did the second place with the 83 mountain guy against 2 punchers.
Yeah. I think the climber can definitely hold his own in the sprint, but I think
Exactly.
it's not about taking the risk to get the puncher. The puncher is the better guy.
Absolutely.
So even if the climber
Acceleration
was to
by
be the
Van
better rider in the
Santaromita.
sprint, the puncher rider is still going to be the stronger rider in this section. As we see many times.
Acceleration by Ruben Fernandez.
There was a bit of lag in the form of acceleration. right now. I don't know if you had the same in your game.
I don't know, but I need to follow this in some way.
Here we go, Christopher
A
Froome
courageous rider is
and
looking to break away.
Tallgale in the heart. Let's go with.
I had to follow that somewhere or another because I know ADK is going to commit to this because he's got his full team.
Yeah, because he's got his 6 well,
I don't think anyone's going to be waiting around too long.
Yeah, there goes Paul Pat. Oh, Paul just
The pace seems
There
much
we
too
go.
high for many riders.
joined. Not the prettiest of attacks. Everyone closing the gap. Yeah. That was moved by Andy Capelletti's entire team.
I knew if I had the climber there, I'd at least be able to contest the final if it was to go all the way.
Indeed.
I mean, I don't think it was ever going to go all the way, but you never know. You never know how people might react to similar.
Finally making his move, and he also goes with his full team. I don't know if he even has anyone else to follow.
A little bit too late though, with it only being just a kilometre before this next
Yeah,
mile.
too little, too late, I would say. But let's see how it goes. Let's see.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
Let's watch the back of the peloton for a bit. See who's playing the Razors edge game.
Actually, not me for once.
Yeah, I'm noticing.
I mean, I kind of am still, but
I mean, you have the puncher there. That's what I was going to say.
when it gets to the business end of the race, you can be doing that.
Yeah.
Of race.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can if it's a mountain stage, but
yeah, no,
there's no need to be.
Not on an ending like this, to be honest, because this is a time for decisions. I mean, any move here, a bad one or a good one, can decide the race. Galliano starts. That would be 5.9 kilometers, average 6.5%.
Some narrow roads up towards the top as well.
Yes, and Stein has his main guys with him, down to 3. 47 seconds. He is pushing, but he is...
I think the wind's going to ruin any chance he potentially might have had.
Yeah, I was going to say that his...
Although it is cross tailwind, so he's getting a little bit of a boost.
Check. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's going to get a headwind. No, now he's got a headwind.
Now it's side again. I was going to say that his chances of success, given the timing of his attack, are probably low. Would you say that he might be sacrificing too much energy to make this happen?
No, because I still think he's going to have at least one rider to contest the sprint, even if he burns his full team.
Oh, he's down to 2.
I need to get to the front as we approach this narrow section.
55 seconds.
The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
Followed by Carlos, Edecapa, Nacho, and Jais Joe Whiteley in the right side with...
Oh, it's the downhill that's narrow roads, my bad.
Is it?
Although I think this next climb is narrow roads, or it might be the downhill the next climb as well. I'm not sure.
I've played this and I don't remember. Yeah, the downhill is clear of the narrow roads. I don't remember the rest of it. I thought you were right, actually. But yeah, the downhill is definitely...
I think the climb of the next part, or at least the top part, is going to be narrow to the next climb, and then the downhill.
Yeah, probably. Don't ask me.
I'm not too sure.
You know, the for stages I've played before, I'm not exactly the best of memories for that. One minute at 22 for Stein. He's left with his puncher and his climber.
Quintane's off.
We have Jais leaving with his main guys. Everyone now has 3 guys, I believe. Oh, not sure. Yeah. And
Here come the narrow roads. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's right at the top. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna have a big deal, but it's worth taking note of.
Yeah. Here we go, the second part of the race. Really solo. See here, this is coming to an end. Downhill is about to start. Nicky has a 40-second advantage. He has 2 riders and 22 kilometers to go. Joe Whiteley trying to go with Cummings and Froome.
I
Pace is
mean,
getting
I
high.
don't really need to pace.
Yeah. Like I said, you can play it safe here, so you don't definitely need to pace, but you have to make sure you stay in the right wheels.
Acceleration by
You know what I
Nibali.
mean?
Yeah.
Vincenzo Nibali attacks.
Only a few
Paul
riders
Pett
are
has
capable
George
of following
Bennett.
the very fast pace
Christopher
up front.
Froome joins the party, and here comes Ede Capo with his climber and his
Whoa,
fortune.
that's one attack
And
that's
the
going to leave a good few in its wake.
Everyone trying to bridge up to the front of the race, and I think they are about to succeed. Aquarius, though, did not get the right timing, but is joining for the final
Yeah,
sprint.
I didn't actually mean to leave that gap open again. It was just that I was focusing on Froome.
Yeah, that's pretty much the life of a PCM player.
Only 15 kilometers left.
Types of things happen. So I believe that Paul's AT mountain guy is pretty much on the brink of death. He might recover a bit of energy here now.
Acceleration by
Just
Nibali.
standing, to be honest. Everything from here now is a slight downhill, a false flag if you want. Guys attacking the Legan there now, his climber obviously. Let's see. Ooh, we have
The finish line is getting
Joe was
close.
setting
The riders just passed the 10
interesting
kilometers
temperature
road
to the
sign.
front of the race. It's well positioned. So is Aquarius. So is Doggy. And a couple trying to get there. Paul's still in the back, but not sure. 10 managed to survive with his 2 riders, so he will be in the final sprint as well. But he decides to attack and go in. Jack. There it goes, Hermans.
There are just 5 kilometers
But
left.
we can all see the sprint now being launched by everyone, so this will be group ending as predicted.
Attack with the finishing line within reach.
I have to apologize for constantly trying to attack, especially against the wind here. But it is not meant to be, it is meant to be a sprint ending.
There goes the sprint.
Oh.
The strong men are giving their all.
Nacho and Davio launch. Joe from the right side. It might be Jais, it might be Aquarius, it might be Joe.
And the victory today goes to
Just-
Rigoberto
It's
Urán.
Jais, nice. And Joe does second. Aquarius does
We're
third.
waiting for the back markers who
I
appear to be
believe that
fairly
by
numerous in this
the
difficult
result of
race.
stage 1 we have Aquarius and Joe qualified, and I believe that Jais with his 4th and 1st is the third man going through in the evening, which means Nacho, Davi, Paul, Stein, and Ede Capadeus fall in round 1. Joe, would you call this a surprising result?
No.
Everything as expected then?
Yeah, I mean, I launched my sprint a little bit too late. I mean, I purposely did it late because of the headwind, but I actually overestimated the headwind. I thought it would have
A
actually.
rider has just climbed into the support vehicle. His race is over.
So I had a little bit of red left, but
I really thought that Cummings was gonna manage to come back, but Jais did launch on the right time. Would you say that guys like Ede Capadeus and Davi that are actually great players being eliminated here is not a shock given who they were eliminated against?
I mean, classics, anything can happen, and we've definitely seen it. I think it'll be me, Aquarius.
Jais, I believe. But wait,
No.
Wait.
Me, Jais, Aquarius, because Aquarius got 2 times third, which is 100 points, which is equal.
Yeah, Jais, I was saying Jais. And with
I
this
don't
win,
think
the
I scored a lot last round, but I think with the 100 that equals Aquarius anyways. So.
And just in case
see,
you missed them, here are
Aquarius
the race
stayed at
highlights.
100. I need to consult the actual current results, so we'll do that, and I will tell you firsthand who goes through. So, wait, oh, classifications are, I guess. Let's see the actual points. Here we are. So, Jais has 100, and he had 5 points for stage 1, so that's 105 points for him. That is 100 points for Carlos. That is 170 for Joe. Davi made 50 points, so he's out. Paul, where's Paul? Paul, the 17 points, he's out. Stein had 10 and closes with 20. Trying to find, so, oof. 72 points. So yeah, second confirmed that Joe wins the group, followed by Jais in second and Aquarius in third with 100 points. We have our 3 players passing through. Congratulations to them. Then there is Eda Capadeus, Davi, Stein, and George by this order, closing with the classification. I'm not sure has 40 points, so there we go. Confirmation that these 3 players pass. Jais, Joe Whiteley, winner of the group, and third place is for Aquarius with 100 points. GG Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Michaels.
Yeah, it's Joe, Jace, and Aquarius one. That is correct in that exact order. So, would you say that it was an easy first round for you? I wouldn't say easy, but I mean calm, more calm.
Nothing's easy. Nothing's easy.
Very humble Joe White, but I guess he's right. Classics is never something easy.
I mean, this is the equivalent to round 3 in the World Cup, so
True.
the standard of play is high, no matter what happens in the race.
That is true. I think the second race was far more entertaining than the first. Would you say that the first race was a bit surprising in the way that it was not as full of action as we expected?
The E3?
Yes, the E3.
No. I kind of expected what happened, to be fair. Only 2 or 3 people taking the 77 guy over the Aquamont, and then it was just a case of those respective teams to control the race, which me and Aquarius did well.
Yeah. So Aquarius with 2 third places, regularity that gives him the actual third place. We were talking about possibility of Davi not passing, and it actually happened. So, like we said, classics, anything can happen. It was great being with you here tonight, Joe, to recall the action. Champions League will be back, I assume, tomorrow. Or let me check. So our viewers can also know what to expect.
Inline, no.
Calendar, we have...
No.
Actually, we'll return tomorrow. Yes, inline quarterfinals.
Inline, yes. And then so, yeah, I got it right.
That will be 21 CET. For those wondering, same time as today, that would be 20 BST. So thank you all for the viewers that joined today, the participants, the organization. It was a fun start to the Champions League, but trust me, the best is still to come. There's still a lot of racing to be done, and we expect things to heat up as the competition continues. Thank you for joining me, Joe Whiteley, and Emea and Tuan as well, the silent partners of this stream. and we will be seeing you all soon. Thanks for watching.
Au revoir.
Alright, we are no longer live.